Hey everyone, welcome into a live Cleveland Browns report. I am your host, Matthew Peterson. Thank you for all tuning in today. We're going to have a lot of fun breaking down the latest Browns DC news, rumors, buzz. A lot of buzz out there about Brian Flores, Jim Schwartz, so we're going to touch on all that. Plus, I've got some cut candidates for 2023. And as always, we wrap up the show with a live mailbag. Let's do the live chat saying, though, Scorpion, what's going on, my man? A lot of the OGs, a lot of the diehards here. Levi Mayfield's here. Ty Man the Buckeye. A-Cans, Patriot. Thank you all. Michael Misner. Appreciate all of you guys for getting into the show before it even started. Now, we're going to talk a lot about defensive coordinator buzz today. So, I want you all to chime in right now, right off the top. Who is your pick for DC? We've got 4 names so far. I don't see them adding another name. Maybe if after the wild card weekend, some unexpected names become available. Like I remember on a mailbag a couple months ago, I said, what if the Chargers fire Brandon Staley? Brandon Staley to Cleveland could be a pretty good spot, right? Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, some good names right there to sort of rebuild your image. So kind of keep a tickler file on that one. But let me know. I'll give shout-outs to everyone who gets their name into the comment section. Victor Simon says Brian Flores. Brown Tiger's here. Flores. I know. Brown Tiger has been banging on the Mike Zimmer train. I've heard nothing from Mike Zimmer. I don't know what he's doing. Patrick, do you know what he's doing as a former Vikings head coach?
He's with Dion now in Colorado.
No, I thought it was fake.
I think was that confirmed fake?
I thought it was fake. You go find out for me.
Yeah, I'll give a Mike Zimmer update here.
Matthew, what about Lovie Smith? That's not a bad idea. I just think the Browns might want to. It's not like Jim Schwartz is super young, but maybe kind of go a younger direction. That's just my gut reaction to that idea. But I think Lovey's a great defensive mind. Tampa too. So I would not be upset if Lovey were to be hired. Scorpion with the first super chat. Let's go. Joshua Miller's here. Gerard Mayo. Ryan Chowdhury. Wolfstand. We got the whole gang. The whole cast and crew of the channel is here. Scorpion with the first super chat, baby. Shout out Scorpion. Definitely not just a staple of the channel, but a pillar, if you will. Scorpion, I cracked my beer open for you. Cheers to you, man. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. It's going to be a fun offseason. Alex asking if the Browns have interviewed Flores yet. That was today. I don't know if the interview has concluded. Might be going on right now, actually. I bet they're watching the show right now.
You think?
I think they probably scheduled it around hey, Browns goes live at 4 Eastern. You want to get here at 3:45? They probably asked Flores to pick up some beer, too.
True.
That'd be an all-time Browns move. Flores talks about it, later. The weirdest interview I ever had was when the Cleveland Browns wanted me to watch some YouTube show. And on the way in, they were like, can you stop at a Pilot Flying J? Shout out Jimmy Haslam. And pick up a can, a 12-pack or something. That would be very Browns-esque right there. Sean, how about a defensive line? Let's see, Wolfstand Killer. Although the special teams and a bit of offense needs help. Mike Prefer did not get fired, at least not yet. And if he was going to get fired, they probably would have already done that already. So I'm going to assume Prefer is safe for the time being. AFX Apocalypse. Correct me if I'm wrong. Baltimore, is not a thing. We have never left Cleveland. Bill is still. You lost me, FX Apocalypse. I tried, man. Scorpion, what's your feelings on getting a big boy defensive tackle like Sue or Buckner? It's funny. That's exactly what I was thinking, too. We got a mailbag later on. We'll throw that question in there. Now, shout out your birthday for me. All right? Let me know in the comment section. I celebrated. That sounded really weird. My birthday was on Monday, and we're celebrating it today.
Happy birthday to Petey, everybody.
So,
Petey, hold on.
Okay.
Petey's trying to throw this kind of away. It was Petey's birthday this past Monday, and we're actually going to celebrate it tonight. So everybody say happy birthday, Petey, in the chat right now.
You're
happy
making
birthday,
me blush.
Petey.
Shaylin's here, Scorpion. Thank you, everyone. But, yeah, we're celebrating my birthday and another coworker whose birthday was the next day. Tonight, we've got a fun little dinner reservation planned, and here's the deal. It's you know that episode in The Office, Performance Review, where Michael and Jim bomb? It's performance review day at Chat Sports because most teams, the 2022 regular season is over. So Patrick and I are trying to go as long as possible on today's show for 2 reasons. One, to kind of avoid performance review, and 2, to carry this into the birthday party afterwards. So help us do that. Scorpion with a $10. Bang. Josh with a $2. Bang, bang. Let's go. AFX Apocalypse. Now that's English. I'll read it in just a moment. Ryan saying spam happy birthday. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Time Man. Scorpion, here's for your birthday, brother. I think that's a dog bowl, right? That's got to be the first dog bowl of the show. No doubt about it. So, Scorpion, appreciate you. Josh with a $2 super chat. Thank you guys so much for always being here during our live shows, during the watch parties, and in the comment section. All that good stuff goes a long way so that when I do have my performance review, I can say, listen, if you got a problem with me, I got a whole dog pound you can take it up with, all right? You go talk to Scorpion and Joshua Miller and see what they have to say. All right, let's go down.
Get your guys' birthday in the chat. Petey and I were curious. Where are the dog pounds' birthdays falling on the calendar?
Yeah, I only saw one birthday come in, and then I missed it. The chat went too quickly. Josh is already getting his in. Time Man's is November 25th. We missed Time Man's birthday. Damn it. I'm sorry, Time Man. Happy belated birthday. My bad. Brown Tiger, December 14th. Scorpions, August 22nd. Alex is May 6th. If you had to pick another month to have your birthday in, Patrick, what would you pick?
So mine's in October, which I think obviously is the best month.
No, see, I think January is pretty dope.
January is sweet.
No bias.
You know
Victor
what?
was 3 days before mine. Happy belated birthday, Victor.
I think I'm going to say July.
July's pretty good.
I would like a summer birthday.
Sean with a $20 super chat. Let's go, Sean. Let's go, Browns. I love the dog pound. $20 super chat for my man, Sean Muter. Thank you so much, Sean. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. I understand this season did not end on a high note, but here's the beauty. Time. I've already kind of forgotten about the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Browns-Steelers game, I don't even remember it.
Who cares?
It feels so long ago. I'm on to Brian Flores coming over as defensive coordinator. That's a bigger win over the Steelers.
Yep.
If you're the Steelers, would you rather go against Brian Flores twice a year or win against the Browns in a meaningless win?
Yep.
Okay. Cheers.
Shout out to Levi. We're Libras. October 16th is my birthday, everybody. Shout out to the Libras.
Major red flag if you identify with your zodiac sign or whatever it's called.
What is your zodiac sign?
Capricorn, but I will never meet someone and they go like, "What's your birthday?" and they say January 16th. I'm like, Capricorn. Like we're in some secret fraternity. Like, were you at the meeting on Wednesday?
Are you and Shay compatible zodiac signs?
I don't give a shit. I have no idea.
Shay's a Cancer. You're a Capricorn.
Alex was in Pittsburgh watching it live. Alex, I wish it was a better outcome. Nothing better than okay. Would you rather beat your rival at home or on the road? Road? Yeah. There's something, too, if you go to a road game, feeling like you are literally boots on the ground, you're a soldier, and it is your responsibility to create havoc and be on your worst behavior if they win that game.
Totally agree.
You have an obligation. You have a civic duty to the city of Cleveland if you go to Baltimore or Pittsburgh or even Cincinnati and just be a nuisance to the entire section if the Browns win.
Exactly.
You have
totally
to.
Agree.
I really don't like I get it, it's cute. It's like, oh, they were such nice away Titans fans. Fuck that. I want to be an asshole sometimes. Yeah. Especially if it's like at Pittsburgh.
Division
you know
rival,
what I mean?
Yes.
If you're going to a Browns-Falcons game, don't be a dickhead in Atlanta.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, then people are just going to be like, all right, Browns fans suck. But if Pittsburgh fans already hate you, why not? You have nothing else to lose. You know what I mean? So, there are two popular names for DC. Brian Flores and Jim Schwartz. If you had to pick one, who would it be? I think there's really door number 3. I'm happy either way. That's how I feel. I feel like people are getting very strongly opinionated on mostly Brian Flores. If it's not Flores and it's Jim Schwartz, like that's not a long fall. It might not even be a fall. For all we know, Jim Schwartz could be a better man for the job. But I think either way, the Browns are improving from Joe Woods. And that was the goal, right? Yep. To move on from Joe Woods and find someone better. Those two guys are better. They just are. Jim Schwartz, a Super Bowl winning defense with the Eagles. Brian Flores completely turned around the Miami Dolphins defense. They are both improvements. So if you want Flores and if you want Schwartz and you get the other guy, you should be looking at it like, no, we didn't get the wrong guy. No, you got a better guy from Joe Woods. And that was the number one goal here. Lil B, Matthew, what 3 things do you think the Browns will take the Super Bowl? What 3 things the Browns need to do to get to the Super Bowl? Hire a DC, right? Hire Jim Schwartz or Brian Flores, which it looks like they're almost all the way there on. I would say get another perennial down lineman. Daron Payne. Someone like that to work with Myles Garrett, right? And then number 3, Kevin Stefanski needs to take the next 6-7 months, whatever, and sit down with Deshaun Watson every single day. Like, I want them going to the stalls together in the bathroom because they have to be able to go into next season and be a top offense. So those 3 things, hire a great DC, which they're almost there at, and get Daron Payne, get a big-time defensive lineman, and have Deshaun Watson and Kevin Stefanski tied to the hip the whole offseason. That is the 3 things I want to see the Browns happen. So, with that, get your questions ready, though. We've already had a couple of questions fly in. If you have any question at all about the defensive coordinator search, the news, the rumors, the buzz on it, or anything else related to the Browns offseason, like free agency or the draft, use hashtag Browns, or you can super chat like so many already have today. Well, we're up to $34, and that's what I'm talking about. Thank you to all who super chatted. By the way, can we throw up? Oh, you got it ready. Wow, you read my mind.
Don't worry, Pete.
Read my mind.
Here we go. Big news, everybody.
Big news. I talked about it last week. The biggest super chat today. One singular super chat. The biggest one is going to get the dog pound poster.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure how this mails. I can't roll it up, I don't think.
You can't roll it up?
I feel like it's going to peel off all the stickers.
What if you roll it?
I might just have to drive there. I don't know where you live, but it might just be a road trip.
You guys might see Petey showing up in your
exactly. But biggest super chat today. What's our biggest one? We just $20 from Sean.
Sean Muter.
So Sean right now, $20. That is the number to beat at the moment. We got a super chat coming in from Shaylin. I love it. I think it's for you.
So Shay's saying, what specialty drink do you want? I was actually just hyping up what you guys made last time, the like lime green.
Yeah, so we had a Christmas party, a little Christmas pregame at our apartment, and we're doing one tonight. And so we're trying to figure out what special, like kind of a group cocktail to make. And Shay is probably on her way to Total Wine right now. So if you've got a good idea of like, hey, here is like a good group like punch kind of drink.
Yeah.
Please super chat it. You're laughing or something.
Look at the chat.
Where am I looking at? Where am I looking?
Did it actually not pop
I'm
up
missing.
for you?
I'm missing something.
All right, look at preview then, Petey. Sean!
Oh! $50 super chat! Yes! There it is! Now it pops up on my screen. Shout out my Wi-Fi. Sean with a $50 super chat. Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go, Browns! Let's go, Browns! Let's go, Browns! Thank you, Sean.
Let's go.
Shotgun races?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a shotgun race before I start even doing my job.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to lead to a good performance review.
Shout out to Sean.
Here we go. Sean with a $50 super chat. I think this is Sean's first time. Oh, who was it? You. Leftover from last time. Here, before you come over here, go get the trash can, please. We're just going to pre-save an absolute disaster. Brown Tiger with a $5 super chat. Let's go, Brown Tiger. Love me some Brown Tiger. Love me some Brown Tiger. Okay. Here we go. You got your drink? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Who do you got? Matthew or Patrick? This is probably like race number 20. It's got to be up there. Oh, I want to get multiple races in. Every $40 super chat or more, or whenever we just feel like having a race, really, we're going to shotgun race. So, here we go. This cheers to whenever your birthday is. This imagine this is for your birthday right now. Whenever day that is. Cheers. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you smoked me. Holy smokes. That was rough. That went right upstairs. I gotta wonder what it's like for the viewer at home whenever we do these. Just like carbon psych repeat of like, oh, you can see in their face when like the brain freeze hits. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even sure if I got a good cock in. I don't think it was a good cock. Maybe. Let me put it out. No, yeah, bad cock. That was the issue. It happens. Okay. Sean with a $50 super chat. Shout out, Sean. Thank you very much. Thank you. And right now, $50 is the price to beat to win the year-long. We'll start a new one, by the way. We decided last week, 2023, new MVP wall. We'll do a new one each year. So, Sean, right now, you are in the driver's seat to win our MVP poster for the 2022 season. Shout out, Sean. Thank you, everyone. Let's throw on Brown Tiger's super chat, and then we've got some DC news and rumors to get into. So, Brown Tiger, $5 super chat. I'm just going to state this. You've never seen the chemistry between Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. I've seen it firsthand. He's faster than you think. Happy B-Day. Brown Tiger, thank you very much. Always love seeing you in the live chat. You're right. Like, I have not seen the DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson connection. They did not overlap at Clemson, right? I don't think so. Maybe like a senior to freshman. I never kind of thought about it that way, though.
Did they play in the NFL together?
Yeah, I think so. Remember how people were so mad last week?
so mad.
I got sarcastic with like.
I stop with the bit.
I know the bit was bad. The bit blew back. They was like, "You've never heard of them on the Texans together?" I was like, "All right, easy." Brown Tiger, did they overlap at Clemson? First off, DeAndre Hopkins was drafted in 2013, and Watson was 2017. So I don't see a way. You know what I mean? Soul Train with a $2 super chat. Let's go, Soul Train. I think all the OGs right now are coming out of the woodworks here.
It's gonna be a special day.
This could be a special birthday live show. Soul Train, how important is it to fix the front seven defensively? We'll definitely include this question during the mailbag cut. I think it's very important. I think the Browns might try and disguise what was the biggest problem this year, right? At the end of the day, like, all right, firing Joe Woods had to happen. But I think if you were to have fired Joe Woods in November, why should we have magically believed that the defensive tackles would have played better after him? You know what I mean? I think one of the biggest issues, not the biggest, but one of the bigger issues was no sort of depth at defensive tackle, like no good players. It's that simple. So it's definitely important. This Browns defense got ran over like a treadmill every single Sunday, except for the Bengals game, and that's pretty much about it. I thought there's another game, the Commanders game a little bit, and not even then, Brian Robinson put up like 90 yards. So, yeah, it's definitely important. Okay, we are going to jump into the latest defensive coordinator, news, rumors, buzz, all that good stuff. So, Patrick, whenever you're ready on the ones and twos, and then
I am ready.
Matthew McCullough working behind the scenes. This is going to be the highlight cut. So, whenever you're ready, I got faith. Oh, did I make a thumbnail for it? I did. Okay, everyone just give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay, I didn't send in the thumbnail.
AFX Apocalypse, I'm throwing that question in our mailbag. Don't you worry. Brown Tiger, another $5 super chat from my man. Throw that up on screen here real quick.
There it is. Yeah. Okay. Brown Tiger, the $5 super chat. That's a double dog bowl. Ooh, double dog bowl, baby.
He's cutting deals today.
No overlapping, but chemistry was something you can't buy. It was special. They hung out in and off the field. It was his best friend. So I'm guessing like when he was a freshman, Hopkins was a senior? Probably. Yeah, I guess so. Brown Tiger, thank you so much for the super chat. Always love there's nothing better than when your college team connects with your pro team.
Yeah.
That's like a top 3 feeling in football. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That, getting a flag picked up, right, when it's on your team.
Yeah.
And the third best feeling in football would have to be, I'm going to go with challenge flag being thrown. That's a big,
That's a good one.
by Coach Fox. Like,
Yeah.
he knows what's going on. All right, Dog Bowl, and then we're going to jump into it.
We got a lot of antics coming your guys' way after we get through the segments today, too.
Yes, we do. We have a lot of fun stuff. Okay, Big Tex, you ready on the highlight cut, my friend? Let's do this thing. Let's talk about the latest Browns DC news and rumors. Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Matthew Peterson, filming today's show during our live show, which airs every single Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern. Now, on today's show, we're going to break down the latest buzz on the Browns defensive coordinator vacancy. We've heard that Brian Flores has emerged as a favorite. Jim Schwartz interviewed with the team last week. So a lot of ground to cover on today's show. But let's start with the first segment, which is Brian Flores. Is he the favorite for defensive coordinator? I'm going to give it 3 Bernie heads. I'm going to go 3 Bernie heads on this one. I don't think we can say it's an absolute slam dunk for Bernie heads. The reason why we're talking about this is Albert Breer wrote about it in his column, which we'll get to in a second. But there is some news for today, more than just rumors, right? The Browns are interviewing Brian Flores today, and potentially by the time you're watching this, the interview has already concluded, and we've got some takeaways from that. But as we film right now, I'm guessing they're in Berea talking about, hey, how can you bring out the best of this defense? And do I have to completely retool the entire defensive line, or can we salvage Jordan Elliott and Tommy Togiai? But Albert Breer wrote in Sports Illustrated that Brian Flores is probably the favorite for the job. Now, it was a mailbag article, so Tyler Johnson's a fun follow on Twitter if you haven't already, asked him, like, hey, who's the favorite for this? And he said, if I had to pick someone, probably Brian Flores. Now, Flores, Jim Schwartz, Gerard Mayo, and Sean Desai are all candidates for the defensive coordinator opening. The thing is, and this is where people start to, separate, is Flores runs a 3-4 defense. And I'll talk about what that means and what that means for the Browns, but let's go right to Albert Breer's article. If I had to peg a favorite right now, I'd probably go with Pittsburgh senior defensive analyst, linebackers coach Brian Flores. And I have heard owner Jimmy Haslam is a fan of his. Here's where I sort of stand on Brian Flores. He'd be a fantastic hire. He's a great defensive mind. He'd be an awesome defensive coordinator. I would love it if they hired Brian Flores. But the Browns are not built for a 3-4 defense. And they're not really in a window with what players they have and where they are in their contracts to take a year or two and retool this defense. You can't switch from a 4-3 to a 3-4 with the same personnel. It just can't happen. So for that, they have to go to the draft. They have to go to free agency. It's a lot of moving pieces to completely turn around in just one offseason. It could take 2 off seasons, right? When Flores went to Miami, that was fine. They were in no real rush to win a Super Bowl in year 1. So they could do that. Browns are not really in that same position. But to play devil's advocate with myself, look at the Browns' 2023 defensive line. There needs to be changes. So maybe it's not a bad idea to have Flores come in here and go, I know you run a 4-3. I know this roster is built for a 4-3. But let's be honest. The 4 of that 3, only 1 was good last year, Garrett. So what do you care if we cut bait with the other 3 and bring in 3 new guys? It's not like this Browns 4-3 was really good last year and it was the secondary that held this team back. No. So for that reason, where I used to be somewhat close-minded on the idea of bringing on Brian Flores because of the change and it maybe not being great timing to switch defenses, outside of Myles Garrett and Perrion Winfrey, all other jobs are definitely open for business. And just Myles Garrett, not even Perrion Winfrey. Myles Garrett is the only absolute starter in this front 7 next year, along with JOK. So for that, maybe a change isn't the worst thing in the world. Let's talk about Jim Schwartz next, though. So that's the other candidate in this case here that seems to be vying for the job, and it's kind of like number 1, number 2 right there with Flores. Albert Breer wrote this. Conversely, going with Jim Schwartz, whose connection to Belichick is actually from Cleveland, would represent 2 different things. The first would be scheme familiarity. What he would presumably bring is a lot closer to the Pete Carroll style of defense that Joe Woods ran the past 3 years in Cleveland. The second is a connection to GM Andrew Berry from the time the two were together in Philadelphia. All in all, you're going to see a lot of people fighting on Twitter about Kevin Stefanski, Jim Schwartz, or Brian Flores. I'll be happy with either one. Why? Because they're both upgrades from Joe Woods. That's the whole point of hiring someone after you fired Joe Woods. Can you find someone better? They've done that. They have found two guys better. So if you want Flores and you don't get Flores and you get Schwartz, remind yourself, it wasn't that you fired Flores to get Schwartz. No, it's still an upgrade from Joe Woods. So I'll take it. The job is really simple. Run a 3-4, run a 4-3. I don't give a damn. Do better than Joe Woods. And that's not asking for a whole lot here. Now pick a DC for me. Is it Brian Flores or is it Jim Schwartz? Get in the comment section below and let me know which defensive coordinator you are rolling with. Brian Flores, definitely the popular candidate. And we'll talk more about Schwartz in just a moment. So I'm expecting to see a lot of BFs down in the comment section. By the way, on yesterday's show, I said if we reach 16,700 subscribers, we're going to do a dog bowl on a video, which we usually only do during our live shows every Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern, or during Sunday watch parties. Well, I've got the dog bowl on hand, and we are 81 subs away. So if you want to watch a grown man drink a full beer out of a dog bowl, hit that big red button and subscribe. Let's move on to the second element of today's show, which is, are we all in shambles if it's not Brian Flores? If the Browns don't hire him? No, I'm giving it one Bernie head. I'm kind of preparing you guys to, I'm not softening the blow in case this doesn't happen, because it may very well happen. But if it doesn't, do not put your head in your pillow and scream and go, oh my God, the Browns are doomed. No. The DC interview list, like I said, is filled with names that, in my opinion, are all better than Joe Woods. So if it's not Brian Flores, sure. Maybe it's not the guy you would have wished for. Maybe it's not the best possible candidate. And that's frustrating, no doubt about it. Don't get me wrong. But it's still an upgrade. And that's the whole point of this, was to find an upgrade from Joe Woods. Sean Desai, who is the assistant head coach, former defensive coordinator for the Bears. He's got experience in that role. He's a candidate. And then Gerard Mayo, who doesn't have any DC experience, but the dude's a leader. And what does this Browns defense need, I think, more than anything right now? It needs actual leadership. We have accountability by Stefanski benching Myles Garrett for the first couple plays of the game, but it should never get to that spot, right? And that has to start with coaching. So let's break down the top two guys a little bit closer here, and that is Flores versus Schwartz. Let's start with Brian Flores' defense. It's a 3-4 front, which is not what the Browns roster is currently constructed to run in. It would be weird to see Myles Garrett play the 5 technique or the outside linebacker. I would think outside linebacker, but I'm not really positive. Heavy blitz packages. Joe Woods, he hated blitzing. He loved to only generate pressure with the front 4, maybe bring a linebacker, but that was about it. Nope. With Flores, you're going to get a lot of creative blitz packages. He's also really good at stopping the run. That was something he instituted early on in Miami, which is we are not going to get gashed on the ground, which is a big, sigh of relief for Browns fans looking for that in a coordinator. As for Jim Schwartz, he runs a 4-3 front, which the Browns currently operate under, so it wouldn't require a big personnel change. He's big on man defense, which I like. I never got why you drafted top-tier corners like Greg Newsome and Denzel Ward just to have him sit in a zone. No, let him get in the lab. Let him go on an island with these receivers. That's why you got first-round talent, not to put him in a zone. Now, he also, Schwartz, gets the best out of his top pass rushers. So if I'm Myles Garrett right now, I'm happy either way, but maybe you're even happier if Jim Schwartz is hired. Let me explain. Jim Schwartz, as a head coach or a defensive coordinator, statistically brings out the best from his pass rushers. Ndamukong Suh's 10 sacks in 2010 when Schwartz was the head coach, career high. Marcel Darius, 10 sacks in 2014 when he was the DC in Buffalo, career high. Mario Williams, 14.5 sacks that year, also a career high. Fletcher Cox in 2018, 10.5 sacks. We're talking about an interior defensive lineman. Career high. He's done the same for his entire career, and even now in Tennessee, Danico Autry, Jeffrey Simmons, they're becoming household names on the defensive line. Who's there? Jim Schwartz is, and they've both had career highs in sacks. We've got more to cover, more ground to cover on today's show, but it was made possible by BetUS. Now, you've heard me talk about BetUS before, so let's kind of skip past the fuzzies of it. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Browns125. Let's talk wildcard weekend. My favorite is the Bills -13. I just don't see a way Skylar Thompson goes into Buffalo and covers 13 points. I think the Bills win 42-7. They're going to absolutely shit pump them. So that's my favorite. My underdog, picture this. It is Doug Peterson, Gatorade bath, camera on Trevor Lawrence, and that luscious via hair. Brandon Staley maybe getting fired after a one-round playoff exit. I don't know, Jim. People are talking. I like the Jags +2.5. So whatever picks you like, whatever games you like, make them at BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Browns125. So third and final segment on today's show, All-Pro Brownies? You betcha, 4 Bernie heads, babies. It's really upsetting that the Browns had this much talent, the best in the league at their respective positions, and they only won 7 games. Like, that is a blow. Joel Bitonio voted All-Pro. Myles Garrett voted All-Pro. And Nick Chubb voted All-Pro. I mean, first off, round of applause for them. Like, I don't want to diminish from them, but it's a bummer to have 3 All-Pro players and only win 7 games. And that's where the people who want Stefanski fired have a decent gripe, saying, there's a lot of talent in Cleveland. This is the best roster we've ever had, and it needs to do more than back-to-back losing seasons. Myles Garrett, 16 sacks, 60 tackles, 2 forced fumbles. Nick Chubb this year, 1,500 yards, had a phenomenal start, sort of tapered off down at the stretch, but still, he averaged 5 yards a pop and 12 touchdowns. And then Joel Bitonio, by far the best offensive lineman this year. PFF ranked him 2nd out of 78, an overall grade of 87.6, only 1 sack allowed. So, shout out to all of them. Hey, if you haven't already, like today's video to congratulate Chubb, Garrett, and Bitonio for their All-Pro honors. Here we go. Who has not liked the video? 137 people watching, just 29 likes. Hit that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. Ooh, Joshua Miller getting to the fun stuff. If the Bears are truly in full breakdown, full rebuild mode, should they trade Justin Fields to the Texans to get a 1st and 2nd pick in the 1st round of the draft? I think the Bears are content with Justin Fields. I don't think the strategy is try a different 1st-round rookie quarterback when the one you took 2 years ago had his best year yet. Only been 2 years. I think they'd probably rather move back, stockpile picks, and build around Justin Fields than bring in Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and what's going to happen? They're going to be like Justin Fields this year, right? With no talent around them. That's what I don't get about this.
I think it's a lot of Ryan Poles hyping up the value.
Yeah.
Kind of be like, hey, we may take a quarterback right now.
I don't get it. It's like, okay, you want to trade Justin Fields and get C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young with the 1st overall pick, and then what? They suffer like Justin Fields did this year in Chicago? It doesn't seem like you're actually making your team any better. Ryan, he liked the video. Remember when Patrick puked? I'll never forget either.
I'll never forget that.
I'll never forget.
Oh!
$100 super chat! Let's go! Yes! Michael Misner! Oh! Let's go, Browns! Let's go, Browns! Let's go, Browns! $100 super chat!
That's another race.
Bingo! Woo! No, we're freelancing here. Michael Misner, Harrison Graham, we were just talking about your team, but a Hyundai, they're talking about trading Fields to the Texans. Here's my 2 cents on it. Ready? All right, you trade Fields and you draft Bryce Young. He's going to be just like Justin Fields. No talent around him. And then you're going to go Do we trade Bryce Young when we get the first round pick next year? It's exactly. I don't get it.
It's classic Bears. You may finally have
Something. Yeah.
We got to move on.
I don't get that idea too either. Harrison, thank you for coming on. Michael, thank you for the $100 super chat. That warrants a Dirty Dog Bowl, right? It has to warrant a Dirty Dog Bowl. Let's go Browns, baby. I think any other Coors Latte if you're making your way over there. Thank you. Okay. Brown Tiger, don't worry. We'll throw your super chat on in just a moment. Patrick just ran to the bathroom or something. Oh, he's back already. We're doing a race. I owe a Dirty Dog Bowl, too. I'll do it afterwards. Otherwise, that's going to really stick tight in there. Tyler Becker with a super. We've got Brown Tiger's super chat to catch up on really quickly. If we could throw it on screen. Brown Tiger, the $2 super chat. He was the best 50-50 ball for Watson. I agree. Listen, if the Browns trade for DeAndre Hopkins, I'm not going to be upset about it. How can you be upset about it? You got a stud player. I'm never going to reject getting good players. But I don't think it's what this Browns offense actually needs right now. You have a 50-50 ball guy. You've got one in Amari Cooper. Donovan Peoples-Jones is making his way towards that spot too. So he's definitely – Hopkins is better. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't feel like you're spreading the wealth of skill sets needed in the wide receiver room. Tyler Becker and Josh Miller with a super chat. Trade Denzel Ward for D-Hop straight up. No, I don't see why the Cardinals do it. They need to rebuild, right? They need picks. They don't want to take on another expensive contract. I don't really see how that helps them get them better down the line, right? They're just going to be on the hook for Denzel Ward's $100 million salary, $100 million contract. They want to get a second rounder and get second. $200! Oh!
No!
No! Let's go, Sean! Let's go, Sean! Oh! Let's go, Sean! Let's go, Sean! Let's go, Sean! Let's go, Sean! Wow!
No!
Let's go!
They
The
want the
early
poster.
leader, and he might be running away with it for the Dog Pound MVP poster is Sean Muter!
Oh
Let's
my
go,
God.
Browns! Let's go, Browns! Wow!
Flores in the chat?
I am in shock
Wow.
right now. Sean, drink up,
Oh,
fellas.
yeah.
We will follow orders. Let's go.
We got a shot fun race coming your way, Sean.
Woo! Okay, shotgun race.
Let's do it.
Let's
Petey.
do it. I don't know
Let's
what
do
I was
it.
talking about,
Who
but it's
cares?
on pause now. A $200 super chat. I think that's also a channel record.
I think that is, Petey.
I'm
That has
trying
be the
to
record.
scrape my memory, and maybe those of you that tune in for the watch parties every Sunday could help jog my memory along. I think it's the highest. Okay. We ready? Woo! Drink up, fellas. Let's go. I was talking about trading Denzel Ward. We're at $403. This is going to be a fun birthday party tonight. The record for a Thursday show when we went to the steakhouse was like 8:10-ish. Yeah, we're almost halfway there right now. Sean, shout out to you. That's not even enough right there. Sean, you're the man. Dog Pound legend. Getting the poster. Let's go Browns, baby. Let's go. I'm sorry. Really quickly. There's nothing like the fucking Dog Pound. I'm sorry. There's no way Titans fans are doing this. There's not. It's Cleveland forever, baby. Let's go Brownies. We ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Patrick switched to a sets. Oh my gosh, that was not English. Patrick switched to a seltzer, and that has changed the game. Patrick here is like when they invented the forward lateral. You know what I mean? I'm still running the football in the 1920s. I'm playing with the Leatherhead. You're playing with the spread offense. The Miller Latte is just not going to cut it. It's heavy. It's thick. She's thick. Oh, the Bud Heavies. I did a Bud Heavy once. That was cement. That was liquid cement. Shout out your favorite light beer. Keep the engagement going, baby. Okay. Woo. Oh, Jarrett Roush and Chef Ruben are here. The whole gang's here. The whole gang's here. Oh, I almost was away. I owe a dirty dog bowl. Could you get a shout out, please?
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna throw up Jarrett Roush and their soups.
Yep. We got some soups coming in here. We're gonna get to cut candidates, by the way. I know it might not seem like it at the moment.
Yeah.
But that is the plan.
Cut candidates.
6 cut candidates for the Browns for 2023 here. Can you read this one?
Yeah. Jarrett Roush saying, "Happy B-Day, Petey. Have a good one. Let's go, Browns."
Jarrett, thank you so much. Literally, I don't know, 10 minutes before we started filming, Patrick and I are like, who do you think is going to be here today? And Patrick, the first name was like, I hope Jarrett Roush is here because I don't think I haven't seen him in a while. And I was like, no, he's at the watch parties on Sundays.
Jarrett, I did say that.
Yeah, that was the first name that came out. Chef Ruben with a $5 super chat. I've seen much of Schwartz when he was the head coach of the Lions back in the day. I'm from Northwest Ohio. Okay, shout out Toledo. I wouldn't be disappointed if we got Schwartz. Yeah, Chef Ruben, we're going to put this on our mailbag. I completely agree of I think people are so in love with Flores, they're forgetting the whole point is to find an improvement from Joe Woods. Yep. Is Jim Schwartz an improvement? Yes. Yeah. I can get it if you're like, I'd rather have Flores. You know what I look at is if you live in Northwest Canada and you can go on vacation to Miami or LA and you're like, I really wanted to go to Florida. Oh, I'm in Southern California. It's still better than Yellowknife Northwest Territory.
Yes, yes.
It's an improvement. Sorry, Greasy Flight. But that's my stance on Schwartz and Flores. Some people are way too, they're getting themselves prepared to be hurt if they don't get Flores. Guys, they're all better candidates than Joe Woods. They're all going to be improvements. I'm not concerned.
100%.
Yep. Let's throw on the $200 super chat real quick from Sean. We owe him a dirty dog bowl, and that's not even enough. If you could just pour up a tall boy. You want to take a shot while I take a dirty dog bowl?
Yes, I would love to take a shot for my man, Sean.
Let's go, Sean. Let's fucking go. Alex, who do you want Cleveland besides Duran, Payne, and Hopkins? Well, Hopkins would be a trade. Payne would be awesome. Mecole Hardman. I've talked about him for, guys, help me out, 2 months now? I think he actually fits with his Browns offense needs. Speed in the slot. So, Mecole Hardman, that's definitely a name I would like to see, in March, tweeted out by Adam Schefter as Mecole Hardman has signed with the Cleveland Browns.
What are we cheers into? Or you got a dirty dog bowl.
I got a dirty dog bowl. I'm
taking this from my man, Sean.
But let's do a cheers here. Oh, Justin Trimble. How much super chat is required for Patrick to take a belly shot off of Petey?
I don't know, Petey. You.
I think no. I think it's the ball's in your court. I think it's got to beat 200.
Yeah. We'll top whoever. If somebody can top
over 200.
Yeah, I was gonna say 100.
You say 100? That
I was
low?
gonna say 100.
Dude, that would come in 2 minutes, and then we'd be in a real predicament.
You
Are you ready to take a belly shot on me?
If 100 comes in, I would. We'll see.
This got a little weird. I don't even know the physics of it. How am I supposed to lie down in camera?
Yeah, 200.
200.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, it might be a video later on.
Yes, yeah.
It might be a video we put into the video later. Into a video. Okay, I'm drunk.
We'll figure it out if somebody sends it.
We'll figure it out. Let's do a cheers to. Ready? Mm-hmm. Mexican cuisine being a top 3 cuisine. That's what we're going for dinner tonight.
100%.
There's nothing ever. If anyone ever suggests you want to get Mexican tonight, who's saying no?
Yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah. Shout out your favorite cuisine. Here we go.
Let's go.
Cannonball coming. Cannonball.
Ooh. Jarrett Roush saying nothing wrong with some bromance. Petey, Dog Pound. It's a big bromance we got going on over here.
Ooh. Okay. I agree that Hardman isn't that great. Like, I'm not saying Mecole Hardman is a top-tier receiver, but look at the free agent list. Juju is the best name on it.
Yeah.
When Juju's number one, which last year, he wasn't even top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, those were all much better names.
Yeah, Christian Kirk. I'd rather
Yeah.
have him.
So, yeah, I say Mecole Hardman because there's no one else better. Like, I'm going to the bottom of the free agent barrel right there. I think Juju Smith-Schuster is the most overrated. I don't even think I can even say that anymore. Who rates him highly?
Yeah.
Juju, all-time one-hit wonder in 2018 with the Steelers.
Petey, I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Michael Minsner, I feel bad. He got a little cucked from the 200.
Yeah, I
But
know.
that's just the way it is.
Michael's getting
a.
the Slim Can giveaway
Oh, he won the
from
giveaway?
Sunday's watch
Oh, yeah.
party. So
Shout
yeah.
out to Michael, though.
Shout out to Michael. Okay, we've got cut candidates, believe it or not. So we're going to jump into 6 Browns cut candidates for 2023. Patrick, whenever you're ready on the 1s and 2s.
I'm ready, Petey.
All right, let's do this thing. Let's jump into some Cleveland Browns cut candidates. Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report by Chat Sports. Today's show was filmed during our live show, which airs every single Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern. We've already had some birthday drinks, so I'm going to probably slur my words here or there. My bad. Okay, let's jump into it, though. Let's jump into some Browns cut candidates, starting with John Johnson, the biggest name on the street, in my opinion, when it comes to, hey, who can the Browns release for 2 reasons? 1, they're not worth their contract. 2, it would save a decent amount against the cap. The number 1 name that pops up in Google, this guy, John Johnson. He's entering the last year of his 3-year, $33.7 million contract. And I don't think it's been a bad contract. I don't think it's been a bust. Has it lived up to all we hoped it would have been? Probably not. It's somewhere in the middle. Now, the Browns can save just under $10 million if they were to release Johnson after June 1st, which, pros and cons. After June 1st, you save more money compared to pre-June 1st. The con is you kind of want that money to spend in free agency in March. Also, maybe we see more of DeAnthony Bell, right? Could we get a safety starting lineup next year of Grant Delpit and DeAnthony Bell? Because if you remember down the stretch this past year, who was that third safety off the bench? It wasn't Ronnie Harrison. It was DeAnthony Bell. Now, Johnson this season, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles. He made some nice plays. He's a leader in this locker room, but at the same time, there's just way too many clips of him sort of easing. I think we have to stop. Oh my God. I have to stop. I couldn't complete my sentence. Michael Misner! A $220 super chat! I'm back in the running! Go Browns! Oh my goodness! We had to start over! Do we owe a belly shot? Oh my God! Another shot fun. I need a side beer. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we've ever had to stop mid-video before because of that big of a super chat. But holy shot, Ryan. We're breaking records today. $635 in super chats already. And the chat is chanting belly shot. Oh no. Oh no. Didn't think this one through. Oh, you guys are getting loud. We can't disappoint. Fuck. Okay, Michael. I mean, you're currently in the lead to win the Dog Pound MVP poster. Michael Misner. Wow. They want the belly shot. They're getting loud. The pitchforks are out. Oh, they want it. Look in there. They're all saying it. Tim Green the third's here. That's little Tim Green. With Wesley. Come on. Oh, gosh. You are all welcome. It was Justin's idea Justin with the assist. You know what it's like? It's like Johnson right before the end of the first period in Miracle. The rebound puts Trediak on the bench. Belly shot. Oh, God. How do we do this? I have to lay down for like a belly shot. I can't believe I'm having this conversation with you right now. Quit procrastinating. I'm not procrastinating. I'm trying to think. I think it's just like I lean back. I think that's the only way. Let's do it. Let's just get this out of the way, please. I can't believe this is happening. This is going to make, we're going to cross a whole bunch of friendship boundaries today. And you wanted to do just $100. Okay, let's plan a little bit here. We might have to zoom out on the camera a little bit. Okay, I feel weird. I'm about to.
So weird.
I.
I'm about to put my mouth on your belly.
This is.
Steak belly shots for the boys. All right.
I'm not sure I ever want to. I don't blame you, Tim Green. I don't think people realize like it was fun until it has to get done, and then it's my belly on camera. Oh God. I'm kind of going slow mo because I'm in disbelief right now. Okay. Dude, I don't fucking know. They all chanted. Just relax. Oh my God.
Come on. Who said that?
Okay. I think I gotta lean back so it doesn't all just start rushing out.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way. I can't lay on a table like a real belly shot. I think you have to zoom out a bit. If I stand back, that will do it right. Oh my God. It's gonna look so, you'll have to get, I know, it's gonna be an all-time visual. This is gonna be, okay. I think the play is I just pour it into my belly. And just kind of dive in or something. I don't fucking know. Okay. I am red as a tomato right now. No eye contact. Oh. You don't see this on Steelers Talk. They're definitely gonna. Okay. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's just get out of the way. Ready? We're gonna rip it off like a Band-Aid. I'm just gonna like. I don't know what to tell you. We gotta stop dragging. It's only gonna get longer. Man up. Well worth the 220. All right, ready? We're gonna count down from 5 and then be done in 5 seconds. Yep, I agree. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You ready? Okay. You didn't even. Okay, it's over. They all took pictures. No cameras. I need a paper towel. I'm covered in fucking fireball. Okay. Please just zoom back in. This is a moment I'll never forget. Can you please get a paper towel or something? That's what she said. No, that was it. I promise it wasn't your traditional belly shot, I agree, but it dripped down, and that's enough. Going through my belly hair. That's enough. That satisfies what we were all looking for, I think. I don't think anyone wants to see the second rendition of that. Okay, it's over. We did a belly shot. I did not wake up today thinking Patrick would do a belly shot off me. Damn, that is a new level of friendship. Seeing Patrick in that position. Okay, I'm just gonna try and mentally block it out and move on with the show because don't put it on Twitter. Don't spread it across. No, this is it. There are walls here at the Browns Report. For the love of God, that was. Thank you, Justin. Bonding mode. Oh my. Okay, so I gotta clear my belly button off a little bit here. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? That was a shot fun race. That's it for the. I don't think anyone in the office knew what just happened. Okay, that would be our secret. That is our secret. Jersey dog, I may throw up. Hey, we did it. We did it. You know, it's kind of like, this is sort of like Michael. We did it when he kissed Oscar in The Office. You know what I mean? Great improv. Chase Sr. No. Why are you telling Chase Sr.? Now everyone's going to know. Shay. Okay. Do you have belly lint? Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to Michael.
Michael. Hey, belly shot aside, which, Patrick, you priced way too low, I think.
Dude, I didn't
Michael,
think it was going to happen.
Legolas, baby. My man. Let's go. Okay. Are we ready to try and go back to some Browns cut candidates?
Yes.
Let's try this over. Browns
candidates.
cut candidates. You guys are all about to hear the same information from the first 90 or so seconds of that video for a second time. Wow, that was something. Okay.
Yeah. Is PD on the couch tonight?
That happened. Jalen is PD on the couch. Mr.
PD did technically just cheat on Shay.
Don't plant that idea in her head because she's actually going to take that for serious. She's going to take that for real now. Okay. Okay. How much will it cost for PD to take a belly shot off Patrick?
300.
300. Yeah, 300. 300.
300. There
300.
you go.
We'll switch. Yeah.
I will lay on the table and PD will take one for me if we get 300.
Yeah, 300 works.
It will be a legit one.
300. Okay. Are we ready? Let's compose ourselves, and we actually have to talk about Browns cut. We're an hour into the show, and we're only one cut in. Thank God I had a big text to a highlight cut. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
We good?
We're good. 3, 2, 1. Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Matthew Peterson, and I guarantee you this. There is no other Browns YouTube channel that does what we do here at the channel. Guarantee it or your free money back. But on today's show, we're going to talk about some cut candidates for the Browns in 2023. It's a combination of saving money and players that just need to get cut because they are not producing, right? And I think when you combine those two things, you end here. John Johnson. Not that he's been a total train wreck. He hasn't been an absolute failure, a bust, or a liability, but he has not been worth the 3-year, $33.7 million contract that the Browns gave him. Now, looking at some of his notes now, the Browns can save just under $10 million if they were to release him after June 1st. Now, if you release him before June 1st, the savings are not quite as big, but you don't get that money then after June 1st during free agency in March. Grant Delpit and DeAnthony Bell. Those are going to be your two starting safeties next year. I really do believe so. DeAnthony Bell is already safety number 3, and I think John Johnson is kind of in that same water that Austin Hooper was in last year of, listen, we need the money. It hasn't worked out like we would have hoped it had. Not a complete failure. Hooper was worse. But for Johnson, looking at his stats this year, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles. He's made good plays. He has, don't get me wrong. But he's also had some really big bonehead moments. And he's a leader on this team. And I'm not trying to question his leadership because I'm not in the Browns locker room. But for a leader, there's one too many examples of him letting a running back run by him into the end zone. At times I question his effort in some of these games here. Let's look at his Pro Football Focus grades, though, from 2022. He ranked 59th out of 89. That's not good. His overall grade was 62.8. So when you take a below average season and you pair that with a nice fine wine to the tune of $9.7 million, Andrew Berry might think long and hard about moving on from his starting strong safety. Moving on here, Jedrick Wills is our next cut candidate. I don't think Jed Wills should get cut. I do not think he should get cut, but I know that a lot of you would like to see him get cut. So we'll talk about him on the show here. Personally, I think the opposite's going to happen. I think his fifth-year option will get picked up this offseason. The Browns can save a meager $3.2 million against the cap. So that's an okay amount of savings. Like $3.2 million is not going to green light the signing of Daron Payne. So don't think move on from Jedrick Wills, free agent signing right after that. No, not the case here. His fifth-year option decision is this offseason. Now, I think the Browns are going to pick it up. But he's been a hot topic, right? He's been a controversial starter on this team. And here's my take on Jedrick Wills. He's got some issues. Don't get me wrong. His run blocking sucks. For me, the biggest issue I have actually isn't about what happens after the whistle, before the whistle, excuse me. It's when he watches Deshaun Watson or Jacoby Brissett get sacked, his body language sucks. You know what I'm talking about? When he gives up a sack, the pass rusher gets by him, and then he just kind of stands and watches. And he's like, oh, there it goes. It just like the effort level, it feels like it drops off a cliff. Whenever he gets beat, he doesn't bother to run in and push the guy off his quarterback. I want to see some of that. I want to see some junkyard dog of like, you don't touch my quarterback on the offensive line, right? I want that type of tenacity. With Jedrick Wills, I feel like we get a lot of, shoot, he beat me. Sorry. Like, that just drives me up the wall here. Also, wasn't that good this year. He wasn't bad. I don't think he's as bad as some people make him out to be, but he wasn't that good. He ranked 60th out of 81 across all tackles. So, he was bottom half in the league. We can all agree, go back in time, you pick Tristan Wirfs. Like, that is a better selection. But is Jedrick Wills this train wreck some people describe? No, I don't think he's that bad. I think for the value of a rookie contract, Andrew Berry will likely pick up his fifth-year option, have 5 years of a cheapish left tackle, and try again in the draft after that. But let me ask you, should the Cleveland Browns pick up Jedrick Wills' fifth-year option? The decision will be this offseason. It'll cost about $12 or $13 million-ish for year number 5. I think that's worth it compared to going to free agency, signing a big expensive left tackle, maybe James Hudson, but I don't think James Hudson's any better than Jedrick Wills, and he's cheaper, but I think you roll with Jedrick Wills, who, by the way, finally put together a healthy season and hope he can build off of this year, look good next year, and you go, oh, thank goodness we picked up that fifth-year option. We're not like the Raiders, where Josh Jacobs goes off in year 4, and now we got to let him walk. If you are looking for a Browns offseason channel, by the way, and this is your first time coming across us here, well, subscribe today and join nearly 17,000 strong. We have been growing like crazy since the season started. We were under 10,000 before week 1, and where are we now? Just nearly at 17 strong. So hit that big red button and subscribe. Third cut candidate here is Jordan Elliott. So let's talk about some defensive tackles. In fact, we can just parlay Jordan Elliott with Tommy Togiai. Let's just lump our two DTs together here because one of these two guys is probably getting cut, in my opinion. Looking at the Browns' 2023 defensive line, this is just the front 5. Togiai is not a real nose tackle. But the point being here is there needs to be improvements, right? Taven Bryan probably not coming back. Perrion Winfrey, I think, is probably the only guy you can confidently say of that defensive tackle room is coming back. But Elliott and Togiai, I'm guessing they're going to be battling it out this training camp for the 4th and final roster spot in that defensive tackle room. Who's it going to go to? Elliott's a year older. He started over Togiai. Did he look like anyone that should start in the NFL this year? No. So you can maybe try Togiai, but when Togiai played, kind of sucked too. They're both just not very good. Let's just call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. Elliott and Togiai are not starting defensive tackle material in the NFL. If I had to guess, the defensive tackle room in 2023 looks like this. Perrion Winfrey, a draft pick, hopefully one of their first 2 draft selections. Some sort of Taven Bryan-esque free agent, 1 year cheap, no one Andrew Berry, and then Jordan Elliott or Tommy Togiai. I would love to be proven wrong and see Daron Payne. I want Daron Payne. I don't think Andrew Berry's going to do it. If I was Andrew Berry, I would do it. But no one AB just undervalues that position, and I think he'll learn from his mistake from last year, but he won't overcompensate and go all the way from let's get the cheapest and the skimmiest defensive tackles to the most expensive one this free agency. He's going to have to make his way there. You know what I mean? Now, we got more cut candidates to get to in just a second, but there's an awesome deal right now at Fanatics. This Browns hoodie I found on sale, 25% off when you go to chatsports.com/BrownsHood. Now, I've got that link for you guys in the comments and the description of today's show. Get 25% off this awesome, dope hoodie when you use this link. Let's kind of lump these last two together. Jakeem Grant and our guy, number 10, Anthony Schwartz. He was put on IR for the last 3-4 weeks, whatever, of the season, and it seems doomed. But for Jakeem Grant, here's what I'll say. He was signed to be a special teamer. Unfortunately, older guy, ruptured his Achilles. That's tough to come back from. Later in your career, especially when the whole reason you were signed was for your speed, right? That's why they brought him along. Not for his receiving abilities, for his special teams impact. Special teamer coming off a ruptured Achilles. $3.2 million of 2023 cap savings out there if they cut him. I could see that happening. Now, Anthony Schwartz, he's not going to cost you much, so he's not going to save you much. Just $1.1 million. But honestly, I think Anthony Schwartz probably is done in Cleveland. I can kind of picture it now. The Cleveland Browns released 2020 third-round pick or 2021 third-round pick Anthony Schwartz. This year, he just played in 11 games, 4 grabs, 51 yards. We'll always have that touchdown run. We'll always have that touchdown grab in the Packers game on Christmas Day last year. But Anthony Schwartz probably going into camp next year. 5 receivers. You ready? Donovan Peoples-Jones, Amari Cooper, David Bell, Michael Woods, and a rookie or free agent. You're out of spots. So for that reason, Anthony Schwartz, probably hasta la vista. I don't see him coming back. Jakeem Grant, it's not anything to do with his skill level. It's just they signed him to be the special teams returner. And unfortunately, he tore his Achilles in training camp. And an older guy, when your best value, your best asset is speed, that's going to take some mileage off you, and that's going to hurt. So we ran through 6 names. I'm curious, who do you want to cut? Was it one of those 6 guys we talked about, or is it someone that I didn't mention at all? Let me know in the comment section below. Jakeem Grant, I know. I'll be honest. I was pretty terrified that entire cut of a $300 super chat coming in. I was looking for the red to pop up.
Dude, I thought somebody...
I saw the chat,
hyping
stirring the pot.
Yeah, they were
I
stirring
think
the
Alex
pot.
was looking for it a little bit.
Alex was hunting it out.
Yeah. Michael, sorry guys, got to go. Reservation at a restaurant for my wife's retirement party.
Wow.
That sounds pretty fun.
That's
Michael, thank you. I've got your address from the watch party last week. So unless someone beats your record of $220, this bad boy is going to you. So that is the number to beat right now, 220 to Michael Misner. Congrats to your wife, by the way, on retiring. Enjoy the party. Enjoy your dinner. Michael, thank you so much. Whew.
Shout out to Michael, seriously.
AFX Apocalypse is on a boat right now.
What's up?
Always fun to be on a boat. Always good to be on the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex Murray, Wyatt Teller. Teller did not have a phenomenal year. I think we're going to learn he played through an injury for the second half of the year, and that's why he kind of sucked.
Yeah.
It was not great, Wyatt Teller. I don't think you should cut him. One, you extended him November 2021. I don't see them moving on 1 year after the extension, maybe 2 years into it, but my 2 cents on it. Hot take. Oh, Ryan. Trade Chubb. No, I don't want to trade Chubb. One, if you get a first rounder for Chubb, I guess, right? I think a first round pick for a running back on their second contract, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to get a first rounder. I don't think so. So for that reason, I don't want to trade Chubb for a third. Not even really a second. He's that good. He's all pro this year. So I'm passing on trading Chubb. We're going to get into a mailbag. If you want to get on the mailbag, use hashtag Browns, or you can super chat your way onto the show. Ooh, I'm so terrified of this belly shot right now.
Said 300.
300.
300.
300 right now.
I'm a little hesitant.
I know.
But
Michael leaving, I think
I think
that
we're
saves
good.
us. But you never know.
I will
mean,
say,
Sean came out of nowhere today.
Sean's lurking.
Sean's definitely, he's a snake in the grass.
Sean's lurking.
Sean scares the shit out of me right now.
I'm a little terrified.
Yeah,
A 221 does get you the poster, though.
this is true. 221 gets you the poster. 300 gets you something you'll never unsee.
Gets you a poster and some,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it.
Nightmares. That's what it
Nightmare
gives
fuel.
you. Nightmares.
fuel.
Ryan, yeah. 1 penny, we round up. Don't worry. Okay. We got a mailbag coming up. So if you have a question, I think we already got a handful of hashtag Brown. So Patrick, whenever you're ready, let's get into it. I'm going to check Twitter really quickly. I just want to see if there's anything about the interview. No, Brown's Twitter is pretty quiet the last hour and a half. So Patrick, whenever you're ready, let's jump into the show here.
Let's do it.
AFX Apocalypse, do you trade Togiai for Chase Young? Come on. Let's keep it in the realm of possibility here, AFX Apocalypse. So, Browns mailbag coming up right now. Welcome into a Cleveland Browns mailbag show here at the channel. Today's show was recorded, like all of our mailbag shows, during our live show every Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern. So if you have a question, tune in next Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, to get on screen and have your question answered. We got a lot of questions to rummage through, to roam through, and let's start with this, a super chat from Soul Train. How important is it to fix the front seven defensively? Very important. If you think about what Andrew Berry has prioritized in the draft, it's been secondary, right? First round pick to Greg Newsome, second round pick to Grant Delpit. Like his first overall selection in last year's draft, a corner. He clearly values cornerbacks very high, and it has come at a price because the front seven outside of Myles Garrett and JOK has been either injured or it's just Myles Garrett. So it's crucial for the Browns to address this issue this offseason. Unlike last offseason when Andrew Berry was like, I'm banking on Jordan Elliott and Tommy Togiai taking a step forward and Taven Bryan being like a Malik Jackson or Malik McDowell and Perrion Winfrey being an impact rookie. Which of those four things happened? The Perrion Winfrey part did, but just for the last month and a half of the season. Joshua Miller next up. Trade Denzel Ward for DeAndre Hopkins straight up. I think the Cardinals say no, right? The Cardinals, if they're trading Hopkins, they want to get picks. They want to reset a little bit. They want to get cheap and young and whatnot. They don't want to take on a $100 million Denzel Ward contract. They're not a $100 million cornerback away from running away with the NFC West. Whereas a team like the Cowboys, for example, I think that's a spot where they go, we have Trayvon Diggs. This defense is already top tier. We're already a playoff team. Can we package Diggs and Ward, right? Now, for D-Hop, I think he goes for a second rounder. So if you really want D-Hop, I don't think you have to give up Denzel Ward. So I think the Cardinals would pass on this before the Browns even get a chance to, counter-offer them. McLovin, next up on the show. What's the difference between Flores' defense and Schwartz's defense? Very good question. So, like I said, we are filming this during our live show on Thursday. So, if you're watching this, if things have changed on the DC front, bear with me. But let's assume nothing has. Let's start with Brian Flores. Brian Flores runs a 3-4 defense. That means 3 down linemen and 2 off-ball linebackers and 2 outside linebackers. So, Myles Garrett most likely is not going to be in a 3-point stance, right? He's going to be in a 1 or a 2-point stance off the edge, which is going to result in him dropping back into coverage at times. Also, Flores, he loves to blitz, something Joe Woods did not do a whole lot of. So you can expect a lot of blitz packages, some Greg Williams right there, some Dr. Heat moments where you're like, we're getting after the quarterback. Third thing, strong run-stopping sets. This was something he instilled very quickly in Miami that, hey, Dolphins' run defense is booty cheeks, and we're going to change that immediately. So you can expect a boost on the run defensive front. Now, as for Jim Schwartz, he runs a 4-3 defense. That's what the Browns currently run out of, right? 2 defensive ends, 2 defensive tackles, 3 linebackers. Man heavy in coverage here, which I like to see. I don't get why you use top picks like Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome and Martin Emerson to have them sit in zones. That defeats the whole purpose, in my opinion, of a first-round cornerback. Let them get up to man-to-man. Let them get to the receiver at the line of scrimmage, jam them for a second so that the routes get stalled out and the defensive line can get to the quarterback. Now, he also, Jim Schwartz, is a big fan of letting pass rushers get isolated and getting the best out of them. When Jim Schwartz is a head coach or a defensive coordinator, statistically speaking, his pass rushers have their best seasons of their career. Ndamukong Suh had 10 sacks in 2010, a career high. Who was his coach? Schwartz. Marcel Darius in 2014, 10 sacks, career high. Mario Williams, 14 and a half sacks, also in 2014 in Buffalo. Who was their DC? You guessed it, Jim Schwartz. More recently, Fletcher Cox, 10 and a half sacks. We're talking about an interior defensive tackle, popping off for 10 and a half sacks. In Tennessee, where he has not been the DC, but he's been a senior analyst, Danico Autry and Jeffrey Simmons, those guys are getting paid. Why? Because they had their best season statistically ever under Jim Schwartz. Now, if you had to pick a defensive coordinator, who would it be? Brian Flores or Jim Schwartz? Let me know in the comments section below. For me, I'm happy with either one. Why? Because they're an upgrade from Joe Woods. And that's what I cared the most about, was you need to find someone better. And they have done that. Both of these guys are better. Little Beam next up on the show. What free agent do you hope to God the Browns will go get? Daron Payne. Who's the Washington defense? Daron Payne. And then that first-round pick out of Daron Payne. Yeah, Daron Payne, 11 and a half sacks this year with Myles Garrett would be awesome. Will Andrew Berry do it? Probably not. He's not going to go from one end of the spectrum to the other. He went from signing Taven Bryan for like 1 year, $5 million, to giving Daron Payne 5 year, $70, $80 million. That's way too big of a jump for him. So if it's not Daron Payne, I like the idea of bringing Draymond Jones home, right? Cleveland native, and played for the Broncos. He's had some good years the last couple of years, Buckeye. So Draymond Jones would be a fun one. Other defensive tackles. If the Titans reset, Danico Autry would be a fun one. There's definitely some big names out there if Danico Autry gets cut. So, yeah, those are some names I would love to see Cleveland sign. Ryan Chowdhury next up on the show. Would you rather spend big bucks at defensive tackle and draft a receiver, or spend big bucks at wide receiver and draft a defensive tackle? Very good question. This year's receivers class is not as stacked as it was last year. Last year, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London, those were some dudes. This year, they're good, don't get me wrong. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Quentin Johnston, but like last year was better. Now, the defensive tackle class this year is really top-heavy. You got Brian Brees from Clemson. You got some guys who are going to go early in round one. There's kind of a drop-off after that. So for that reason, I would pick the sign Daron Payne and draft a slot receiver like Josh Downs. That would be a pretty good combination compared to signing Mecole Hardman and drafting Siaka Ika out of Baylor. Now, we got more questions to answer in just a moment, but there's a great deal over at Fanatics waiting for you all. This dope Browns hoodie is on sale right now, 25% off when you go to chatsports.com/BrownsHood. Now, I've got that link for you guys in the comments and the description of today's show, so check them out. Get this really cool Browns hoodie on sale today. Won't last forever. We got a question coming in from Alex Hatfield. What wide receiver would you love to see in Cleveland? Good question. I'm going to go right. I'll open up to trade and free agency. There's really no good free agent receivers. I've spoken at length about Hardman before, so I won't talk your ear off anymore on that name. In terms of trade, I don't think DeAndre Hopkins actually does what you're looking for. You're looking for a slot receiver. You're looking for a speedy guy. Patrick, do you have any ideas of a speedy slot receiver that could be on the market right now?
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller, no, he's okay. I'll pencil me in for someone like, what about like a Zay Jones from Jacksonville? What if DeAndre Hopkins goes to Jacksonville and Zay Jones gets flipped for like a fifth or something? How about that? That's a pretty random thing I just thought of on the spot right now. Alex, thank you very much for the question. Now, if you hate the Pittsburgh Steelers, subscribe for good company. It's F Pitt channel here. We hate the Steelers. We hate the Squealers. So if you're in that same camp as us, well, make sure to join the channel by clicking onto that subscribe button. Next question coming in from Chef Ruben, a $5 super chat. I've seen much of Schwartz when he was the head coach of the Lions back in the day. I'm from Northwest Ohio. I wouldn't be disappointed if we got Schwartz. I agree that, hey, and maybe when you're watching this, we already know who the Browns DC is, so I sound kind of dumb right now. But if it's Brian Flores, awesome. I would love Brian Flores. I have my tiny concerns over that 3-4 defense and the personnel not matching that right now, but he's still a defensive mastermind. Schwartz, he's great too. We're talking about a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator for the Eagles. We're talking about a guy that made the Lions competent. That's not easy to do. We're talking about a guy who made the Bills, well, only one season, but he got a lot out of his pass rushers, right? So if it's Jim Schwartz, I'd be very excited about that as well. Brian Flores probably has a slight edge over it just because I think he is a little bit more hitting his peak as a coach, if you will. But both of them, great hires in my book. Brown Tiger next up on the show. I know it's a ways away, but who would you take at number 2 draft pick or trade back again? So the Browns are currently slated to pick 43rd overall in the second round of the draft. And it's very dependent on what they do in free agency. I was actually doing a mock draft, and I did trade back. And maybe Andrew Berry does trade back again. I'm not quite sure what was going on in the war room in Berea last year. If their top guy got taken and they felt it's wise to move back with Houston right now. I'm always a big fan of trading back. If I'm not trading back, I'm taking the best player available, and best player available around that spot. Man, Josh Downs, Jalen Hyatt, those guys are tempting. There's a decent drop-off in defensive tackles. Wouldn't mind another edge rusher. I don't know if we saw enough from Alex Wright in year one, just year one, but enough to go, yep, that can be a nice partner for Myles Garrett. So I think I'd trade back if I'm Cleveland, if your top guy is gone and you can move back 10 spots and pick up a third-round pick in next year's draft. Soul Train with a super chat. What nose tackle can they get for a 3-4 defense? That's a very good question, Soul Train. So Daron Payne is not your stereotypical nose tackle. This is a crazy idea. What about Vita Vea? What if the Bucs are a first-round playoff exit this year? Tom Brady leaves. He goes to Vegas or he retires or something. And Tampa Bay looks to do a hard reset. And you know it's not a part of a rebuilding team? A big nose tackle, right? Vita Vea would be fun. In terms of free agency, trying to think, Shy Tuttle for the Saints. He's going to get you closer to that. He's a lot cheaper. Javon Hargrave for the Eagles. Not really a true nose tackle. So if I'm going true nose tackle, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to throw out the idea of trading for Vita Vea. Last question coming in from Ben the Brownie. Any good Browns trade candidates? We're hitting all the big ones right now. Draft, free agency, trade. So when it comes to a trade candidate, I'm thinking of a team that's in a spot like the Cowboys last year that maybe cat gets out of the bag of, hey, we're planning on releasing this guy. The cap hit is just too high. And you can fleece us, right? You can rob us at gunpoint like the Browns did, only a 5th-round pick for Amari Cooper and a 6th-round pick swap. What about DeForest Buckner? So I bring up DeForest Buckner because the Colts are looking to do a hard reset this year. They might trade up with the Bears and draft a quarterback first overall. Maybe they wait for a guy to fall to them at, 4, 5 overall? But DeForest Buckner has no dead cap hit next season. Maybe they decide our window to win a Super Bowl is not 2023. And if Cleveland wants to give us a 2nd-round pick, listen, fine by me. I would do a second for DeForest Buckner. I know it's always tough to part ways, but you got to think about the hit rate. Look at the 2019 and 2018 NFL draft. Go look at the 2nd round. Tell me how many of those guys are starting. You have a proven starter in DeForest Buckner. Buckner and Garrett, That would be a very, very fun defensive line. So that would be my trade candidate. I appreciate everyone for tuning into today's mailbag. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already, at Matthew Petey. I'll keep you guys in the loop on the latest Browns offseason news and rumors. We'll sign off, and we'll see you guys later with more Browns coverage. Super chat coming in from Joshua Miller. Mozzie Smith from Michigan. Legal issues may lead to a draft drop. Should the Browns take a chance? He's a defensive tackle, athletic freak. Yeah, I thought about him during that previous question, and I don't know what his legal statute is. If he's there, yeah, he's a very good player on the field, no doubt about it. What I don't know is what the parameters of his legal situation is. And let's be honest, the Browns PR team could use a break. Maybe they ask Andrew Berry, we just put out a huge fire. Can you not bring another fire on us? I mean, that's kind of the sad truth of the situation, but that's definitely an idea. You never know. Soul Train, Vita Vea at nose tackle with Buckner at defensive end would be scary. I mean, if you could get Buckner for Bill Buckner, if you could get Buckner for a third, I don't really want to give up a second, but if it costs a second, like I said, I would do it. Proven talent, for fun, I do this every once in a while. Go back to the 2018, 2019 draft. Give it a couple of years. Pick a round, right? See how many of those guys are A, in the league, B, starting. And you're going to realize the hit rate is so much lower. So as fans, we always get super upset when teams trade away draft picks because we look at draft picks as these gold mines of they are just can't miss opportunities. Reality is half of the first round picks are misses. 2/3 of the second round picks are misses. So from a GM's point of view, if they can find proven talent, they'll part ways with the second round pick really quickly, a lot quicker than we think. So Josh, everyone else, thank you guys for the super chats. Zach, I can't stand Browns fans. Yeah, Flores is a flashy pick, but our defense is built 4-3. Jim Schwartz is the guy that will get the most out of the defense we have. I understand that frustration of, hey, this is a Browns defense, and it's a roster constructed for 4-3. How are we supposed to handle a 3-4 defense? To you, I say, I agree, but also this Browns defense needs to change. This front seven needs to change. You don't have a ton of linebackers coming back under contract next year. So it's not that tough to make a pivot, right? Let's talk about the 3-4. Who could that 3 be? Perrion Winfrey? You could easily move on from Tommy Togiai, Jordan Elliott, and you're pretty flexible then. Linebackers-wise, you're only having 3 linebackers come back, Tony Fields, JOK, and Jacob Phillips. So that would be a time. It's not like Taki and Walker are under contract, and you're like, well, none of these guys were signed or drafted with a 3-4 defense in mind. It's decently, it's not great timing. It's not great timing, but it's not, impossible to work with here. Okay, happy hour menu here. It's been a wild show. It's been a weird show. It's been weird. I'm going to block out that part of it from my brain forever, I hope. Yeah. Brad, good to see you here. So, happy hour menu. You guys know the dealio. We're having my birthday party tonight. Yeah. Joint B-Day bash with Chase Sr. from Chat Sports. And this is the last thing we have to do today.
And you guys will determine if this is the last thing we really do today.
Yeah. If we keep the super chats rolling in, we get to keep the studio. We get to keep talking shop with you guys, talking draft, talking free agency, and most importantly, talking playoffs. We got playoff football this weekend, baby. We'll talk shop.
We do. Look at Justin.
So that means a belly shot is $150 at happy hour. You guys,
oh, no.
I didn't realize how funny some of these people were.
You guys are a pretty funny chat.
Yeah.
I get a lot of laughs.
Patriot had that one comment that literally brought me to tears, I think.
I was about to start crying.
Yeah. It is $300, which this is not par for the course if you're ever tuning in for the first time.
This is not how it is.
Not how it usually operates. It is $300 for a body shot. I'll be honest. I hope you don't get it.
I am not going to lie.
Yeah.
That would be a very mixed emotions. 300. We would see it.
It would get us almost to 1,000.
Yes.
which would be a Thursday channel record.
Yeah, well, we're 200 away from the Thursday record.
Okay, yeah, from like October, November. It was November, I think. Y'all want it, Jarrett. Okay, so this is the happy hour menu. Hey, the way it works, though, is we're going to run through some of our postseason picks, and if we don't get a super chat by the time we've run through them, then we have to get on out of here. So, Patrick, let's go with your picks first. Let's start with your favorite.
You guys already know who my favorite was going to be going into the weekend. The Minnesota Vikings against the New York Giants. Actually just kind of got some breaking news. Garrett Bradbury, our center, he's going to play. He was kind of iffy the past couple weeks.
Oh, that's big.
Very big. I got the Vikings -3. I think it's another disrespectful line.
Ryan, I don't want to check my Twitter. I'm
Please
really
check
scared.
your Twitter. Please
Okay.
check your Twitter.
Talk more about this game.
I will talk more about this game. I am terrified for Petey to check his Twitter right now. Oh, no.
I'm
Oh,
so
no.
scared.
Jarrett, that was a good night. We are 200 away from that record. But my favorite this week is the Vikings -3. Yeah, nah. Ryan, delete that. Ryan, delete that.
Oh, my God. That's going to haunt me forever. Why do we agree to it?
I don't know why we agreed
Hey,
to that.
We could have pussied out. Like,
We could have.
props
But
to us.
we did stick it through.
the issue is
God
no
damn.
one will understand the context behind it,
Nobody will.
and no one will care. You know
No.
what I mean? We can explain how super chats work, and they're like, still weird. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Because you guys don't get it. Like,
yeah.
so here's my favorite, the Vikings -3.
Yeah. Let's throw my favorite on. How about that?
All right.
I'm trying to
Petey's
just move on
favorite.
from that incident. Bills -13.
I
The
love
Dolphins are on their backup quarterback on the road. What are we talking about?
Well, the backup to the backup.
The third string quarterback. Yeah. What are we talking about here? Like, just look at it this way. Don't look at 13 as a big number. Will the Bills win by 2 touchdowns? Probably.
Yeah.
That covers.
Yeah.
Like, boom. Right? They're going to be up 28-3 going into the half, and that'll be that. So,
I'm sorry. I just keep looking at the chat. I keep
chat
laughing.
is very distracting.
I keep
It's
laughing.
literally everyone's Netflix special right now in the chat.
I
Whole
know.
bunch of stand-up comedians in the chat tonight.
Seriously.
So, yeah, give me the Bills -13. I also don't hate the over. The Dolphins
like the
scored
over.
6 points. They really scored 9 points last week.
Yeah.
Maybe the Bills get out to a big lead, and it's like 38-0, and they take their foot off the gas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my favorite. If we go through all these picks and we don't get any super chat at all, we do have to get on out of here.
Yeah.
But,
we also have drafts coming later.
Yeah. Patrick, let's get to your underdog.
So my underdog, big one here. I went big for this.
Okay.
I think the Seahawks are going to win this game. Nobody is taking. I'm going outright money line right here.
Outright money line.
I think Seattle's going to win this game. I'm all in on Pete Carroll. It's Joshua Miller. We'll get to that. I'm all in on Seahawks money line this
Tough to
weekend.
beat a team 3 times.
Exactly.
Brock Purdy magic maybe runs out in the postseason.
That's what I think it just takes one interception, one turnover from him. Pete Carroll, I think he's got 4 losses. He's 10-4 versus Shanahan.
The Niners are just so good. Like Brandon Ayuk,
Oh,
Christian
they're
McCaffrey, Debo, Bosa.
They're loaded.
They're so talented. Maybe the Seahawks cover, but I'm going to go with the Niners.
I think
Now,
this is going to be the shocker of the weekend.
we do need a shocker.
I think this is it.
There's always one, and maybe it's this one.
That's what I'm going.
Joshua Miller and Soul Train with a super chat. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Joshua Miller, Gerard Mayo could be our version of D'Amico Ryans from the 49ers. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember when Saleh got hired to the Jets, there was a lot of like, oh boy, how are the 49ers going to bounce back?
Yep.
Well, how the defense may be better with D'Amico Ryan. The players improved, right? They all got better as they've been playing longer. But Mayo, I think, would be a fun hire. The only thing is, are the Browns in the spot to experiment with a first-time defensive coordinator like Joe Woods? Probably not.
Yeah.
They probably want to go a proven route. They probably want to – and what does that mean exactly? Here's what I mean by that. They want to go a route where they are going to hire a DC who knows how to lead these meetings, right? Who knows how to lead film studies and stuff like that. They're not going to go first-time Mayo, who maybe takes a couple years to learn what buttons to push at what times. I think Mayo could be a fun hire in that he's going to go in there and he's going to like start headbutting with no helmet. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like bite some kneecaps off Dan Campbell style. But I don't know if you're ready to have like that fun rah-rah moments, but also have like awful meltdown moments where you're like, what were you thinking? Greg with a $5 super. Let's get to Soul Train super chat first. I hope next year we're talking Browns. Dude, me too. I remember my season prediction. I said Browns 10-7, but they missed the playoffs. That was faulty in two ways. One, I thought the AFC would be a lot better.
Yeah.
And I thought 10-7 wouldn't get you in. Turns out it would have, because you have a 9-win Dolphins team. Second, I thought they would win 10 games. They won 7. Should have beaten the Jets, but even then, you're still 2 games short. So I was short by 3 games altogether, but I agree. And if we're not, I'll tell you what we are talking about. Kevin Stefanski replacements, baby. Also, you hire Jim Schwartz or Brian Flores. I'm going to put this out there. Ready? You sitting down? You sitting down? Possible interim head coach.
Oh, especially Flores.
Yes. Possible interim head coach card. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If the Browns come out, not 0-4, because that's too early. You don't fire a coach 4 weeks into a season.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, if it's like 4-8, interim head coach the rest of the way. Greg with a $5 super chat. I heard on Sunday you had to leave the studio for the Giant game. Is Chat Sports not in Ohio? No, so Chat Sports is a company based in Dallas. We have multiple NFL and even NBA channels. So we have a Giants game. We have a Giants channel. Patrick helps with our Vikings channel.
Yep.
So we only have so many studios. And the way it works is whichever channel is biggest gets more studio preference and space and time. So the Giants game was right after the Browns game. So no, Chat Sports does not just cover the Cleveland Browns. I'm our Browns, boots on the guy reporter, if you will. I'm not a reporter. I'm a dog pound member.
You're a dog. You're a member of the pound.
Not a big J. I will never take a blue check mark on Twitter. So Chat Sports in Dallas, Texas, covering more than just the Browns. Majority of the NFL teams. We're growing still. When I started, we had 13 people. We're up to 20. So we're picking up steam, baby. Don't look now. All right, let's get into a draft. This will be the shot clock. So if we don't get a super chat, now you know we love drafts. So if you want a super chat draft idea, Joshua Miller, chef's kiss. He is the best at it in the biz. Or if you got something you want to talk about Brownies, NFL playoffs related, by all means, you can do that as well. Joshua Miller.
I forgot. I was holding this in.
Okay, so this will be the first draft we do then.
Yes.
For later in the show, best vacation spots. Let's keep it U.S.
U.S.? Okay.
That's going to be, we're going to go. There's a whole lot of great vacation spots.
Okay,
in
I
the
like
world.
that. I like that.
So let me crack open a cold one, though. AFX Apocalypse. I got to follow order from the bosses. I hope you can understand. I tell you this much, though. It's only here on the Browns Report. Are we ready to do a vacation draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Let's
ready.
do you want the 1-1? You want the 1-2?
I'll take the 1-1.
Okay, 1-1.
Gary, Indiana. I'm kidding. All right, that was a
God,
joke.
that was awful for a moment.
No, I saw Jarrett say Indiana, so I had to go Gary, Indiana. No shade to anybody who lives in Gary, Indiana, but
No, shade intended.
Shade intended.
Shade intended. I'll say it. Let's pause the. Let's do the draft first. Let's do the draft first. Soul Train, we see your super chat. Don't worry.
My 1-1 will be Santa Monica, California.
Whoa. Okay.
I love that place. Been there twice. Santa Monica, California.
Good spot. I will go with. This is going to be controversial. Orlando.
Okay.
I love Disney World.
Yeah.
I know some people think they're cool for hating Disney World.
I hate those
and
people.
and hating theme parks. I don't.
Yeah.
I like Disney World. Orlando, I think, is hey, you're going to have a good time there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Plenty to do. That's my 1-1 vacation draft.
Okay. I will stay in California.
Okay, Cali boy.
I'm going to go San Fran.
Ooh.
I'm going to go
You
San
want to hang out
Fran.
the hobos?
No. Taking the positives of San
Okay,
Fran.
okay, that's fair. Yeah. Walk along the wharfs or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that pick. No, not really, actually. I'll go Naples. I'm a big Florida guy.
Okay, so you're
I think
sticking
Southwest
you're sticking
Florida is awesome. Best part of Florida. Naples, Fort Myers, that kind of area.
Okay.
I love it. Mitch, what's your favorite vacation spot?
in the U.S.?
Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report at Chat Sports, hopping in the studio for a moment.
Yes, I would say in the U.S. I've never been to Hawaii. I'd love to go there.
We might have fucked up.
I'd love to go to Hawaii, but
He just said
Disney
Hawaii.
Disney was the place I always wanted when I was a kid.
Yeah, good answer.
Disney,
Good
there you
answer.
go. That was
Disney.
Petey's.
Yep. All right,
Do they know
go.
it's your birthday?
Pardon?
Do they know it's your birthday?
They do know. Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit.
If they want a PD boo from me,
Oh, well, here, come take Patrick's spot so they can see you.
Right,
See
what's
that
up,
beautiful
y'all?
face.
What's up, guys? I do some content here at Chat Sports. So today's
Oh.
Petey's birthday. Tonight we're going out. We're going to go grab some drinks. I personally want to see Petey do a boot. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if you're up for it, we can both do a boot.
Okay.
You set the price. If not, I'll just do a boot by myself.
No, I'll do the boot. It's just I don't have the stomach. The way you just take down liquid is unbelievable.
Alex says the same thing.
$100 super chat. That was a good one. $100 super chat. Boot off. It's like what's the movie? Beer.
Beer Fest.
Beer Fest. Thank you. It's a big German boot.
Yep.
3 beers. It's the granddaddy of them all. It's my Achilles heel though. So $100 super chat. Me and Mitch will boot off. Yeah, boot off. $100 super chat.
Boot off, $100.
They want more belly shots.
They want the
Fuck.
belly shot. God damn it.
I was not gonna tell Mitch about that.
Yeah, not a chance.
Okay, so let's get back on track. Let's kind of wrap this track a little
Vegas.
bit. Wow.
Yeah,
I
we messed
can't
that
believe
up.
I picked Fort Myers over Las Vegas.
Yeah, we
This
messed
might
it
be my
up.
worst draft. Okay, I'll go Hawaii then
Okay.
to kind of salvage my draft.
My last pick, I'll go Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Scottsdale area. Love
Nice,
that area.
nice. I will go Pander pick Cedar Point. Great roller coasters.
Yeah,
Gotta love the coasters.
yeah.
Gotta love them.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. We do have another super chat coming in from Soul Train. Oh no. Yeah, Soul Train. Are Chat Sports and Locked On Sports competitors? I guess you could say so.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, we cover, both YouTube channels covering like sports, so in a way, but like we don't have
Beef.
like company meetings where we like have Locked On Sports in the middle of like the bullseye.
Yeah.
And we're throwing darts at them. But yeah, there's a Locked On Browns channel. Every
Locked
now
On
and then I'll
Vikings.
go look and see what kind of content other YouTube channels do, just like ideas or just like see what they're talking about, stuff like that. But I guess you call competitors, but like there's no one in Chat Sports who's like cursing out other YouTube channels. No. There's plenty of people on YouTube to go around.
Levi, no, you would not.
Levi, I'll dog walk you all in shotgun races. All right, Levi. Love to see
Come
it.
on, Levi.
Greg with a super chat. Let's go. $2 super chat. Oh, Greg would like to answer. Is there a Cavs/Lakers Chat Sports YouTube channel? We have a Lakers channel. We don't have a Cavs one. So there's only 6 NBA. You guys are really interested in Chat Sports history today.
Yeah.
There's only 6 NBA YouTube channels. Lakers, Knicks, Sixers,
Celtics,
Warriors, and
Mavs.
Those are the 6. No Cavs. It's just we don't have enough manpower. We don't have enough hosts to run all of these shows. So we can't just have like all 30 NBA teams getting a YouTube channel with only 3 guys covering all 30. No, we just keep growing. We add more channels on. So hopefully Cavs will be next here. But for now, it is not a part of the Chat Sports umbrella right now. AFX Apocalypse, do you have a Houston Texans one? There is one, but it's not active.
Yeah.
Meaning, what happened was, before you guys are really interested now, before I started at Chat Sports, they started an NFL channel for about all 32 NFL teams, and they saw which ones, like, water them. And whichever ones grew the most, those ones got full-time hosts. So when I started, the Browns was towards the top. So they gave me Browns. Well, worked out pretty well if you ask me.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
so okay, so let's do a draft. Draft on the house, and
Shot
if we don't
clock.
get a super chat, then we do have to go $100 super chat, boot race between me and Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report, which, I mean, if you ever think this is a party, Raiders fans, they are the most financially irresponsible fan base out there.
And right now, Michael Misner
Yeah.
with the 220 is getting the poster.
Here's the poster. I figured we'd start fresh for the new year. So, Michael Misner right now in line to get this bad boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready to rock and roll?
Are we doing all sports?
No.
Just NFL?
Just do NFL stadiums.
Okay.
NFL stadiums. Best ones here. Let's do it.
You want the 1-1?
No, you take the 1-1.
I think it's Allegiant.
Okay.
I'm going to go Allegiant. I drove by it. It is unreal. It looks like a spaceship.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Yeah. I'm going to go with... I'm thinking of a couple things here. I'm thinking of fan base and tailgating involved with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, I like Josh's. We're going to do Josh's next. Give me Arrowhead.
Arrowhead's a good one. That's what
Right,
I was
that's a
thinking.
good
I was
one.
going
Good
next.
one. Arrowhead's just like loud, good fan base,
Yep.
good tailgating. Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 2, I'll go Buffalo.
Good.
I think
okay.
they're-
I don't know.
It's a smaller stadium. It's not like if you're
It's
looking
kind
at
of a
this-
dump.
It is a dump stadium, but
Yeah.
their tailgates, the whole environment there, I would take Buffalo as like where I would want to kind of go for a game.
Yep. Okay. If you go Buffalo, I will go with I'm not gonna cave in. I'm not going SoFi because they wouldn't let anyone tailgate the Natty.
No,
Boycotting them.
I'm out on SoFi.
Yep. Out on SoFi. So give me. No, that one kind of sucks, honestly. What about Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta?
That's
It
a
looks
sweet
pretty
one.
cool.
That is a cool one.
It's a good one.
That's just a solid
Oh,
stadium.
I missed a really easy one. Damn it. I'm mad at myself. I hope you don't get it.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys stadium.
Fuck, that was the one I wanted.
Okay,
Damn it.
yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. I can't believe I...
AT&T. We're going to the Cowboys stadium. It's a sweet stadium.
Yeah. I will go to round it out, though, my third pick, and then we'll jump into Josh's draft idea. Ford Field? I don't know. I'm not going Ford Field. I'll take yours. But the Viking Stadium.
I was gonna go with the
Yeah,
Bank's
it's pretty
sweet.
cool. Pretty cool.
The Bank's pretty sweet. All right, Josh Miller.
Which cities get an NFL team in the next expansion? Like,
This is a tough question.
probably London would be next. The NFL wants to get to London.
Yeah.
You know, they're looking at the globe, not just the U.S., and they're like, screw soccer. We want to be the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
And London can help do that. Now, if it's not London, like, there is no other city in the U.S., in my opinion. But if I had to think of cities in the U.S., like, Austin's big, but Texas already has 2 teams. Wouldn't make sense to me. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if the Chargers move again.
Yeah.
They're not at home in L.A. There's no fan base there. I don't know why they left San Diego.
I mean, see St. Louis getting a team.
I know.
again.
Maybe the Chargers moved to St. Louis?
That would be full circle.
Yeah. Right. Different team coming back to St. Louis from L.A. So,
Seattle has one.
I'm trying to think of other big cities that are out on one. Does Chicago get a second?
That's what I was just gonna
People
go.
have talked about that before. I don't think it would.
I
make
don't think it
more
would
sense.
happen. Wisconsin has Packers.
Yeah. Ohio's covered.
They got 2 in Ohio.
You know, in the Rockies, it's just Denver. Like,
yeah, you can't really get
Salt
another
Lake
one.
City's not getting one.
No.
Um,
Arizona's got theirs. Vegas now
Right.
has one.
I think it's London.
Yeah.
I think London really would be the next one. I think if I actually ever went to London, it would look like this. 3 weeks at home, 3 weeks on the road, and they practice on the road in a facility in New York. Right?
Yeah.
They have so they're not going across the pond all the time.
Yeah.
That's probably my only guess.
Yeah, they would have to make Toronto.
Toronto's a good idea.
That is a good
Didn't
idea.
the Bills used to play one home game in Toronto each year? Am I just dreaming that? Or I thought that was the case for a little bit there. Maybe someone can fact check me. I thought the Bills used to have one home game in the Rogers Center or wherever the Blue Jays play. Okay.
I can't really think of any more.
Yeah. Do we have a super chat from Soul Train? They play in London/Mexico. Why not a Hawaii game? Not enough fans, right?
True.
They used to do the Pro Bowl there. There's a reason why they stopped doing the Pro Bowl in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It was fun for the players. Financially, it was kind of a disaster, probably.
They just lost money, probably.
Yeah. I also got to envision, it's like, I know this. When teams play in London, they ship out a lot of stuff before the season starts. It has to go on a boat. They're not flying that across.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The gear and all that, that takes time. To add another waterway city team like Hawaii would be like a double, like just another headache for these teams to deal with. Like London, and we got to plan for our stuff to get shipped from Cleveland to Hawaii in August for a game in October. Like, that's going to create some mayhem. Oh, the Bills were in Toronto. 2012. I knew it. What about Alaska? No, I have heard that Alaska starts their high school football season way earlier.
Really?
Because it gets too, like, it's impossible to travel
Just play.
in October and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Because in Alaska, they travel via plane. You can't drive from one city to the next.
Really?
No, there's no roads that connect it.
Yeah.
No nibbles. Oh, you brought it anyway. Oh, well, show
All
him,
right.
show him, show him.
I tried to let him go flat.
Here are the boots, by the way. This is what Mitch is talking about. So, $100 super chat. It's a boot off between me and Mitchell Renz. It won't be competitive. I'll try. I just watched him down 13 Taco Bell tacos the other day for the Raiders channel. So, this is the 12 and a half. $100 super chat, boot off between Mitchell Renz and I. Okay. Ryan wants a belly shot. We're at $661. It's been one heck of a Thursday. We're going to have a great birthday
gonna be a
shindig
great day.
tonight. I'm excited. So to all of you guys that have super chatted already, thank you all so much. But if we don't get another super chat in the next like minute and a half or so, I think we're all caught up on the on all the supers.
Yeah.
Then we got to split. Ty Man, the Buckeyes, someone send 100. Soul Train, good luck. Alex, who do you want to make the Super Bowl? How about that? Yeah, that'll be our Super Bowl matchups. Now that we know who's in the dance, this is our shot clock.
Score. I got the
Vikings?
Vikes. Obviously, I want the Vikes.
Do you
But
really
if I'm
have-
not
do you-
picking
do
the
you really
Vikes,
think the Vikings?
what?
Do you really think the Vikings will make the Super Bowl?
I
I don't.
No. But I wouldn't be as shocked as
Yeah.
people else would be. Like,
Okay.
you would be absolutely shocked.
I'd get
if
a
you said-
tattoo.
like, if you actually saw the Vikings
Not
playing the
happening.
Chiefs,
Yeah.
Bills, whoever in the Super Bowl, you would be shocked. I don't know out of the NFC. I've been saying the Bills the whole year.
No, the Bills, DeMar Hamlin, like that story.
It's going to propel them. But I also think the Chiefs. I don't know. I'm torn between the Chiefs and the Bills. I'm kind of out on the Bengals now.
Yeah, I mean, Justin, Petey, can we have a Super Bowl watch party? Interesting idea. There's definitely a lot of, like I said, we have over 20 Chat Sports NFL teams. So if one of our teams make it, then that's a watch party right there. We could do a
Yeah.
Browns one, maybe. I don't know. Have to get the green light from the bosses. Soul Train with a $2 super chat. Let's go, Soul Train. Let's go, Soul Train. The show goes on.
Show goes on.
Not fucking leave it. The show
Not leave
goes
it.
on. My Super Bowl matchup, Soul Train. Cheers to you. Thank you very much.
Curious who your NFC pick is here, Petey.
The Eagles are very beatable.
Mhm.
Now, with Jalen Hurts, that's different, but I don't even know how healthy Jalen Hurts is. They have a bye, so that's definitely going to help a lot.
Helps a lot.
But I would go with the 49ers.
So you think Brock Purdy's going
I
to go
do.
undefeated in his rookie year?
Yeah. I think Brock
Yeah.
Purdy starts next year with Trey Lance. I think they're talking about trading Trey Lance this offseason
Yeah.
because Brock Purdy's their guy.
Sucks. They're losing this weekend, though, Petey.
I think I'm going to go with the Niners, mostly because I put a future in on the Niners when Jimmy G was still healthy.
That's fair.
And I feel pretty good about that right now. And I'll go with the Bills.
Niners,
Bills.
Bills. Oh, that would be a great
Niners, Bills.
San Fran, Buffalo.
Right. I'm guessing this time, ready? Bills, Chiefs, another AFC showdown. Chiefs have the ball with a chance to take the lead, and the Bills are like, we're not going to botch this twice. And Mahomes throws a pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's Buffalo like redeeming themselves from last year. who is the big bad boss of chat sports. That would be not a bad boss. No, that would be James Yoder though. He hosts the Michigan channel. So
Yeah, any
if
Michigan
you're Buckeye
fans.
yeah, you can get your OHIOs in the chat. But a great boss, great boss. Soul Train and Brown Tiger with some super chats coming in. Okay, that's fine. It was a good effort. Thank you, Mitch. We'll see you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Enjoy your chop. Soul Train, I did appreciate the love as an Orlando resident. Dude, like, people rag on Florida. Like Florida man, stuff like that. I don't know. Florida, I always like going there on
Florida.
vacation.
Yeah.
Love Florida. Love Disney World. Love going to Florida. So, Soul Train, cheers to you, my friend. Happy to support you down over at MCO.
Yeah. And then Brown Tiger sent thoughts if Jags versus Eagles Super Bowl.
Whoa, Doug Peterson revenge. I do
would
think
be
the Jags
sick.
beat the Chargers.
Yeah, me too.
Only because I'm closing my eyes and I'm picturing a Gatorade bath on Doug Peterson, the camera up in Trevor Lawrence's face as he's running to Justin Herbert, and then the next day, should the Chargers fire Brandon Staley to get Sean Payton?
And I also think that game, it's like a 16-13 type of
Yes,
matchup.
I like that take. I
it's
like
not
that take.
And then Trevor Lawrence game-winning field goal drive.
Yes, I
it's
agree.
Gonna be tight.
And I think then the Jags lose the next week, but the talk is Trevor Lawrence needs to be higher up when we do these top 10 QB rankings
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I think he's a top 5 QB.
You see what I'm saying? Like, no one's saying that right now.
Yeah, but they will.
But if he does a
will.
playoff win, it's like, oh, we forgot. He was the first overall pick last year.
Last year.
Right. Just a
Like-
year ago. Not 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just last year. AFX Apocalypse. You're all over the chat sports sphere. Tyler Jones hosts the Seahawks channel here.
Yeah.
Oh, mama. He's a big fella. He's a ball of energy. So, shot clock's back on. We're at 600 and almost at $700. I'm not doing good math right now. 667. So, it's been a phenomenal Thursday. To Michael, to Sean, to everyone that is super chatted. Sean, if you're still watching right now, can we get my Twitter at the bottom, please?
Yes.
Sean, I want you to reach out to me on Twitter so we can get something arranged for you because you are a huge MVP of today's show. Hit me up at Matthew PD. Not like what Ryan did. That was assault. What Ryan did on Twitter, he tweeted out
Oh,
that
yeah,
picture.
Ryan.
That was assault.
Ryan, come on.
Come on.
I thought you were our guy, Ryan.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough right there. Can't have it. Can't have it.
That needs to be deleted. Off of the face of the internet, which it won't be, but sad.
Producer Coop coming in studio. Okay. Timer's on. If we don't get a super chat, we got to bounce on out of here. It's been a fun 2-hour show, though.
So Mitch offered.
No doubt about it.
We didn't get it, though.
Okay.
This super chat total tells me Javier's on you.
Oh, yeah. Javier's. It's going to be awesome.
Oh,
It's gonna be a good
I
time.
can't wait. Cannot wait. Let me know. Let me know. Favorite thing to get at a Mexican restaurant.
oh,
Quesadillas off the kids menu? Come on. Time to grow up. Oh, Seeps is getting a quesadilla, too.
I want quesadillas, too. Let's go.
But
Dude, chimichanga's fucking
we're
slap.
going to a classier Mexican.
Well, this is a more upscale
I
one,
know,
yeah.
That's where I was. I'm
But-
still might rip quesadillas.
Okay. Soul Train with a $2 super. Let's go, Soul Train. Street tacos, carne asada, those are very good, little Fred. Does Adams go with Carr in a trade? No, I think it's a little bit overblown that Devontae Adams just went to the Raiders for Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He went to the Raiders because he wanted to get back closer to home. That was very important to him. He's from the Bay Area, grew up just outside of Oakland. So he's a lot closer in Vegas than in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Second, a lot of money, right? The Packers, I'm guessing, were content to pay him all that. But I think it was more of go see my friend from Fresno State, and I get to move closer to home, and I get to live in Las Vegas. I don't think Derek Carr leaving is, I got to get out of Vegas now, right? He wants to get out of Vegas. If he gets traded to Jacksonville to team up with Trevor Lawrence, he's not going to be very happy. He's further away from home.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville's a good city, but, like, it's not Vegas. So I don't think Adams is going to pitch a fit of no more Derek Carr. Plus, I do feel like Tom Brady might be in Vegas next year.
I think that's going to happen.
Dude, Tom Brady might team up with Josh McDaniels and kind of chase the Vegas money and live in Vegas for a year or two, no state income tax in Vegas, I'm pretty sure. In Nevada.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, no state income tax. That's a big factor. Give me some spicy chicken enchiladas. I like it. I like good burrito. You know, nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. Steak fajitas. I like a Patriot. Would you like Tom in Cleveland? Like Tomlin? Dude's a good coach. Like I've seen,
He can coach ball.
yeah, I've seen some interesting arguments. I've seen one argument of Mike Tomlin should win NFL Coach of the Year because of the way he turned around this team midseason. To you, I say, but why do they need turning around?
Yeah.
Because they were bad.
I know.
Because under him.
I feel like a lot of those awards, people think of it's like how you ended the year, but you
Yeah.
got to take the whole totality, which to
Right.
me it's Brian Dable if we're talking coaches.
It's either Dable or Hackett for sure.
Yeah.
Dable's up there. Doug Peterson.
He's
They
gotta be
were
up
the
there,
worst
too.
team in football last year.
A disaster.
They were the worst team. They were a 2-win team.
Yeah.
So why he went from number 1 overall pick to the playoffs? The Giants were bad. The Giants have a less talented roster, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there should be more buzz for Doug Peterson to get Coach of the Year. So that's my 2 cents on it. Tom Brady. Tom Brady to Cleveland. We're talking about okay. No,
Not going to happen.
it's just not going to happen. I don't think you need me to expand on that thought either. With or without Deshaun Watson there.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. Sorry, guys. According to my dad, Browns just hired Flores. I sure hope not. Well, not because of that, but because of the work element. I see nothing on Twitter about this. The Browns haven't even done the interviews with Desai and Gerard Mayo yet.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to do all 4 of those interviews. Soul Train with a $2 super chat. Listen, if the next super chat isn't bigger than $2, we're going to bounce, unfortunately, because now I'm getting slacks about studio space.
Yeah.
If you can change 2 teams' divisions, who and why? Are you asking? What do you think he's asking here? To reorganize the divisions?
2 teams division. Just pick 2 teams that you
I
want in
worded that
different
terribly.
divisions.
Yeah, maybe expand in the chat for me. Alex, who is your MVP this year? Mahomes.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be.
I want to say Jefferson, but it has to be Mahomes.
Jefferson went a long stretch without scoring a touchdown.
He did.
How many
I know.
touchdowns at the end of the year with?
He only had 8. With
Like-
1,800 yards.
Yards is nice.
Yeah.
Yards is nice. AFX Apocalypse. Hey, man, if you don't have any, spend what you can. Definitely no pressure on my end. Don't ever get that misconstrued. Send $100 or more from Ty Man, just as I say that. Soul Train, though. If you can change 2 teams' divisions, who and why? Soul Train, please expand on this, because that doesn't make any sense to me. Do we sign and trade Hunt for Michael Warnecki? No. Why would anyone want to trade for him? They could just sign him. Right?
True.
So that doesn't make much sense to me. Defensive Player of the Year from Josh. Bosa,
Oh, yeah, it has to be.
right?
Bosa.
Garrett had a really good year, 16 sacks, which makes shame is that Garrett's double team rate is the highest in the league, and that's just not a stat that is widely available enough that when you go to the NFL stats, it goes tackles for loss, sacks, double team rate.
It's not up there.
And it's not there, and so it requires some extra digging. And 75-80% of football fans don't do that extra digging. So, you think Larry Ogunjobi goes to the Ravens this year? Is he trying to get to all the AFC North teams? Get all the, what's it called? Avengers. I never watched the Marvel Gemstones, Infinity, whatever.
Infinity Stones,
Infinity
yeah.
Stones, yeah. Greasy Flight's tuning in from north of the border. Good to see you, Greasy Flight. Hey, if we don't get a super chat, well, we got to answer Soul Train super chat. I'm gonna take this and say, if I had to reorganize some divisions, that's the best interpretation I have from this super chat. If you look at a map, it's crazy that Dallas is in the NFC East.
Yes, that is weird.
So I think it should go like this. NFC East should be Commanders,
Here we go.
Eagles. Okay, Soul Train. Thank you. Oh, if you can change some of the teams from where they are to another division or conference, what kind of changes would you make? So that's kind of what I was getting at here.
Yeah.
What about NFC East of Philly, Washington, Giants, and Jets?
See, I was gonna say Jets. I would want the Giants and Jets in the same division.
Okay, so now I've got to, then I put the Dolphin, and then the NFC South. Then, oh no, actually, NFC East. Here's simple switch. Panthers go to the NFC East. Cowboys go to the NFC South.
Okay.
Charlotte and Dallas, like Charlotte, DC. That's a lot neater.
Yeah.
That
like
would be my switch.
I can get on board.
Just from a logistical purpose. Rivalries, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Panthers, Eagles, Giants, and Commanders, and then it's Cowboys, Saints. That could be kind of fun. Cowboys and Saints,
That'd be
Dallas
cool.
and New Orleans,
Yeah.
Falcons and Bucks.
Yeah.
Maybe find a way to get all Florida teams in one division.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that could be like if you do Atlanta and the 3 Florida teams, and then who joins the NFC South? This is Tennessee, and then the AFC South. I can't do this. This is too tough. This is too tough. Last chance, super chat. $5 super chat's the number to beat. We got to get over $5 to keep the show moving here. Cheers to everyone who's super chatted. Cheers to everyone who's tuned in so far. 94 people still kicking in with us here as it becomes very apparent that I'm starting to get fog brain and slur my
me
words
too.
a little bit.
Appreciate you guys.
You guys are the best. We'll sign off unless we get a super chat over $5. Over $5 with this here. Alex, what do you think the Browns record will be next year? I'll go first, and then I'll have Patrick go. I think the Browns go 10-7.
10-7.
Yeah, come on. If I say 11 wins, that's awesome and all. But do we have much reason to believe, other than just hoping that Stefanski and the offense figure it out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The biggest offseason change is defensive line, stuff like that. But honestly, it's hoping Kevin Stefanski and Watson mesh. And I've got no free agent that can do that.
Yeah.
So I'll go 10-7.
I was gonna say 10-7 myself. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Ty Man, see you guys next week. Levi, appreciate you. AFX Apocalypse. Greasy Flight, everyone. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. Thank you all for making your day a part. No, that didn't make sense here. Thank you all for making us a part of your day. Appreciate all the birthday wishes. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Yes.
Shout out to the Browns fans. Shout out to the Dog Pound. And shout out to me for, incoherent English for the last 35 minutes.
Yeah, got
Probably
through it,
about
though.
that. The Dog Bowl does that. So we'll sign off. We'll see you guys
See you
later.
guys.
Let's go.